Hi guys, so this week I've got a little helper with me, little Miss Kaylee, and she's going to hold up the pictures that I have drawn of a scenario that shows how to place changes into our lives. So this video is around change, and obviously in certain areas when we're feeling unwell and things like that, we need to place some huge changes into our lives, but change comes very slowly, as I will explain in this little cartoon, I guess you could say, very badly drawn cartoon. Okay, so to start out, this is Gypsy, my rescue. So I got her at the beginning of 2017, and she did not like anyone or anything. So she was very unhappy with life, and my daughter was very unhappy because she wanted a cat, and we got her and she didn't like her or anyone or anything. So it was a bit of a process, and as you guys know, when we first start out with any kind of avenue in life, when we see a problem, you know, we usually lash back at the problem. So I was kind of like, what's wrong with this cat, you know? Oh, she doesn't like me, she doesn't like us. And after about a month, I thought, screw this, I don't want a cat who's not like my old cat. I don't want a cat who doesn't want hugs. You know, I feed her. I've brought her into my house, you know, and she isn't giving me what I want. So here is the the second one. Here we go. We thought Gypsy was beautiful, but Gypsy had been mistreated and was always afraid, especially of touch. There's my daughter down the bottom, little oh,
little Kaylee, you mean?
Yeah, little Kaylee with her strange looking arms out there. Yep, fantastic. Okay, so here we go. Here's the next diagram. So my daughter and I tried and tried, but nothing worked. Gypsy hated us, and all hope felt lost for the cat I always wanted. Now here is when we go into the problem. Okay, here, Kaylee, you got that one? Okay, so the problem. I'm not getting what I want. So we've got me on one side with my little arms crossed, with my needs not being met. And her on the other side, you know, her needs not being met, because obviously she wasn't being treated the way that she wanted either, but I refused to see that because I was just looking at what I want. Right? So we're looking at the sweet spot in the middle, which is obviously the area on which we both understand that either side has needs and either side would like to have those met. You know, and that is like any kind of problem in life. We need to understand that there is multiple strategies to getting our needs met, but also both people or the animal or the job or whatever it is that you are trying to strive for, that is the problem, has needs as well. And sometimes we're only focused on our own, and it feels as though things are happening to us, not that we have any kind of control over what we're doing about that. So, okay, here is a description of kind of what I realized. I tried to force what I want, which is my old cat, but she won't be that. So I thought, I'm not wrong, and the problem would be gone if I just got rid of her. So here's my little ad. Cat for free, does not like hugs, does not like children. Call for information. And it was true. I actually did put up the very truthful ad because I believed that it needed to be, because I wanted her to have a good home, because I don't like animals being mistreated or being thrown away. So okay, so here is what happened. And look at us, we're pointing at each other. Nobody wanted her, and I felt stuck. Neither one of us was budging because my demands weren't unrealistic, and sorry, Kaylee, move your hand there. it was her fault and her demands weren't unrealistic. It was my fault. So we were both kind of stuck, because I find that there is this point before we change that we're kind of blaming other people. We're not taking, a look at our behavior and saying, okay, look, maybe I could do something about that. Maybe I was being unrealistic here. Maybe I could make some compromises, instead of just saying, I'm right, they're wrong, everything's happening to me, like I said before. Okay, so there's that. I'm kind of proud of that drawing. My pointing finger's amazing. Here we go. So, the sweet spot. What if I wasn't so firm with one strategy? What if I actually tried different reward stimulus? What if I accepted she was not my dead cat, but had her own greatness instead? So what I did is I actually started trying different things. I picked her up in different ways, and every time I'd pick her up for a short amount of time. I'd put her back down, I'd give her a pat to let her know that, she did a good job. Kaylee and I implemented this as well. We always say, you did a good job. I would pat her when she was getting fed. I would leave her, like I wouldn't hold her until she meowed and kind of scratched me and ran away. So I was trying that more healthier approach to change, because obviously if we're feeling caged, if we're feeling forced to do things, we lash back, and that is with anything. That's with people, with animals, with everything. So when you want someone to change in a healthy way, I think it's really important to show that positive side of things, where we're actually getting something out of it. It's a positive thing. We're getting a reward, and statistics in psychology and stuff like that suggest that that's a really positive way of doing things as well. Okay, so here we go, Kaylee. Pull that one up there. We grew to love each other. I was flexible and realized control does not make a flower bloom. Instead, it kills it. And look how happy I am. I think I turned into a zombie because I was so happy. Anyway, so here is the stages of behaviour and change. So we've got pre-contemplation, which is when you're unaware of the problem. So at the beginning, obviously, I was unaware of the actual problem. I was kind of looking around, kind of thinking, well, it'll just, it's denial. It'll, whatever it is, it's making me uncomfortable. Even if you're aware of it, there's an even if you're aware of the discomfort, nothing's changing. So you need to create awareness, and have a look at your values and beliefs and see if you're actually acting out those, and make kind of stronger decisions surrounding those healthy values and beliefs. And then you've got contemplation. So that's when you're aware of the problem. That's when I started going, the cat's the problem, I'm going to remove her. That was before I made healthy decisions, obviously. So you need to start persuading and motivating yourself. So putting in kind of that reward stimulus, what I did when I realized that part of my behavior was the problem too. So then we're looking at preparation, intention to take action. So preparation, intention to take action is when I actually started patting her and doing the feeding her thing. So it was actually me taking action, not just blaming, not just kind of being aware that my behavior wasn't okay, and that I think that the problem was as well that I had this beautiful cat that I had for 7 years, and I wanted her to be her. And I had these feelings around love and attachment that weren't healthy because I was afraid, because I lost her and she meant everything to me. So for me to break down those barriers and understand that I could actually get to action, I could actually, have feelings for another thing or human being or whatever, I think that was really amazing. So then we came to educate. Just a minute, Angel Faith.
Okay.
Did you want to ask something about it?
But are you talking about Ruby?
No, I'm talking about Little, Mummy's cat that she had when she was, before she had you. Yeah.
You also have your sweat mustache again.
Okay, thanks, honey. Okay, so educate is the next one on the list. So educate, obviously, we learn about the situation. So I looked at psychology. I looked at how they did studies and things like that on animals. I looked at the way that they treat children on how to promote better behavior. And I took action around that, and then you actually have to practice the behavior change, which is what I was doing. And then we look at facilitate action. So we facilitate the action, and we've got maintenance. So maintenance is obviously sustaining the new change by reinforcing the change, by getting support and giving yourself support, and connecting with care networks. Yeah, that was kind of thank you, my love. That was kind of
page.
that page has nothing on it. Thanks guys for being here and being a part of this little thing that I created. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, thanks.
Can I see the video?
Yeah, of course you can.